We live in a world that is just obsessed with success, right? Getting the best grades, landing the highest salary, getting all the admiration. But what if the only way to win was to be dishonest? Is a victory that you get through a lie really a victory at all? That's the huge question at the heart of this ancient story we're going to explore today.
There's this old saying that I think just nails the theme of our story. A lie has speed, but truth has endurance. It's this idea that, yeah, dishonesty might get you ahead real quick, but it's the truth that actually lasts. It's the truth that holds all the real power in the end.
All right, so this gets us right to the heart of the matter. This constant battle between the pressure to look successful and the quiet, steady value of just being a person of integrity. We're going to explore this tension between what looks good on the outside and what's actually real underneath.
So I really want you to keep this question in the back of your mind as we dive in. Is a win that's built on a lie a true win, or is it something else entirely? Maybe a burden or even a trap? Let's find out.
Okay, so this image, it just perfectly sets the stage for our story. On one side, you've got what looks like success. These beautiful, amazing flowers that everyone is oohing and eyeing over. And on the other side, you have an honest failure, an empty pot. Something that could, make you feel ashamed. One is a lie. The other is the truth.
All right, let's get into the story. It all starts with an emperor. And, well, a really strange test. The future of an entire kingdom is about to be decided, not by some epic battle or a big debate, but by one single seed.
So picture this. In this huge kingdom, there's an emperor, and he's getting old. He has no heir, so he needs to find someone to take his place. But instead of picking from his advisors or generals, he does something totally radical. He decides to choose his successor from the children of the kingdom.
So here's the deal. The emperor lays out the rules, and they're super simple. Every kid gets one special seed. They have exactly 1 year to go home, plant it, and take care of it. And then the kid who comes back with the absolute best result will be the next emperor. I mean, the stakes could not be any higher.
Now, let's meet our hero, a young boy named Jun. And man, for a whole year, he just pours his heart and soul into this thing. He waters it every single day, but month after month, nothing. The soil is just empty. And meanwhile, all the other kids are bragging about their amazing, beautiful plants. Jun's hope just starts turning into serious anxiety, and his pot, still stubbornly empty.
So after a whole year of trying his absolute best with zero to show for it, this is what's going through Jun's head. He's totally devastated. He's convinced he's a failure, that somehow he must have killed the emperor's precious seed. And just like that, the year is up. It's Judgment Day. With his empty pot in his hands, Jun has to go to the palace and face what feels like certain humiliation. This is it, the big climax, where his failure is about to be put on display for everyone to see. Right when Jun is at his lowest point, about to just give up, his mother steps in with some seriously powerful advice. She reminds him that his character, his honesty, is way more important than any prize, and that gives him just enough strength to face the emperor, not with some fancy plan, but with the simple, hard truth.
So imagine the scene at the palace. It's just this incredible sea of magnificent flowers and lush plants, a total spectacle. But something's not right. As the emperor walks through all these amazing displays of success, he doesn't look happy. He doesn't even look impressed. Actually, he looks disappointed.
And then, out of thousands of children, he stops. He stops right in front of Jun, the one boy who brought nothing but an empty pot of dirt. You can just imagine the tension. The whole crowd goes silent as the emperor stares down at this symbol of total failure. And this is where everything changes. The emperor makes an announcement that just stuns everyone. He says, "I gave you all boiled seeds. Boiled seeds cannot grow." The test, it was never about gardening at all. And with that, the emperor points to Jun and declares him the winner, the new emperor. And why? Because Jun was the only one with the courage and the honesty to bring back the truth. His empty pot wasn't a failure. It was a sign of incredible integrity. All those other beautiful plants, they were just proof of a lie.
Wow, what a story, right? It's such a brilliant illustration of some really powerful ideas. So let's take a step back from the story itself and really unpack the core principles that made Jun's failure into a true victory. What is integrity, really?
At its heart, integrity is about being honest and sticking to your principles, especially when it's the hard thing to do. And Jun, he's the poster child for this. It would have been so easy to just go buy a new plant and fake it. But he chose the difficult path. He chose the truth. But here's the thing. It wasn't just honesty. It was also about pure courage. I mean, courage is doing something that absolutely terrifies you, right? Think about the fear Jun must have felt, standing in that huge crowd with his little empty pot, bracing himself for shame. That, my friends, is true courage.
And that leads us to this idea of genuineness, just being authentic, being real. Jun's empty pot was the genuine result of his efforts, and in the Emperor's eyes, that one authentic failure was infinitely more valuable than 1,000 fake successes.
Okay, so this is probably the biggest lesson from the whole story, the difference between your reputation and your character. Your reputation is external. It's what other people think you are. It's all those beautiful fake plants. But your character, that's who you really are on the inside when nobody's watching. It's the honest, empty pot. And as the Emperor showed everyone, it's character that truly, truly matters.
So how do we take this amazing story and apply it to our own lives? Because let's be real, the Emperor's test isn't just some old story. It's a question we face all the time. What does this all mean for us? Right here, right now.
I mean, we live in a world that so often values appearance over substance. It's all around us, and it's so tempting to filter our lives, to fake our successes, to pretend we have it all figured out. But this story is such a powerful reminder that genuine, lasting respect doesn't come from a perfect image. It comes from being trustworthy.
All right, so let's boil it all down. What are the crucial things to remember? First, any success that comes from a lie isn't really a victory. It's a trap. Second, being honest when you failed isn't a weakness. It's one of the highest forms of courage there is. And finally, your character, who you really are, is always more valuable than your reputation, what people happen to see on the surface.
And that leaves us with one final big question. A question for you to think about. In your own life, and the choices you're making every single day, are you busy cultivating a beautiful flower for everyone else to see? Or do you have the courage to show up with your honest, empty pot?